A very good morning to all of you. Today, I'm going to discuss about strategy implementation. So this topic is there for a MBA second year, fourth semester students in strategic management. In the previous session, we have discussed about formulation of strategy, right? So now, so when once it is formulated, we have seen how the process strategies are being formulated, right? And in today's session, we are going to discuss about the implementation of strategy. So when once the strategy formulation has been completed, then we need to implement it. So that we discuss in today's session. So strategic implementation is defined as the turning strategy. It is defined as the turning strategy into action. Turning strategy into action. So it is that you frame a strategy. So your strategy, the strategy which you have been framed will be turned into action. Will be turned into action. Okay, to attain the strategic objectives and goals. That is called as strategy implementation. That is whatever the things that you frame, those will be put into action. So putting into action to achieve the goals and objectives of the organization are said to be strategic implementation. Okay, so implementing the strategy is a very important than selecting it. So in the population of strategies, we have selected, we have selected various strategies, we have developed various alternatives, and among the alternatives, we have choose the best alternative, right? So that is all one step. The other step is it is very important while you are implementing the strategies. This is most important one than selecting it. Than selecting it. Why? Because it is very important for the strategist to consider various factors. To consider various factors while implementing it. The strategists need to consider various factors while implementing. So while selecting, everything is just in a planning stage and the strategist can move in any way. But when you come to implementing, the strategists need to understand various factors. So the strategy which has been selected has to be well performed. So the strategies, whichever are being selected, need to be performed well, for the purpose of attaining the strategic objectives. For the purpose of attaining, so whatever those strategies are being selected, those must be performed well for the purpose of attaining, for the purpose of reaching the strategic objectives. Even a superior strategy tends to fail in the absence of efficient implementation. That is, even if you choose the best strategy also, it may fail if you are not efficient in implementation. If you are not efficient in implementation. It means that the strategy implementation is defined as a procedure. It is defined as a procedure in which it enables putting the chosen strategy into action. Putting the chosen strategy, whatever the strategy that you have chosen, that strategy, putting it into action. Okay, that in what procedure that you do, that is defined as strategy implementation. Okay, implementing a strategy it requires carrying out the various strategies. Carrying out the various strategies. If you move to the next slide, let us define what is a strategy implementation? So according to McCarthy, strategy implementation is defined as said to be to consist of securing resources, consist of securing resources, organizing these resources and directing the use of these resources within and outside the organization. Within and outside the organization. So according to McCarthy, what he's telling, strategic implementation is a secure. So it consists of some secure resources, securing the resources, that it is that when you are implementing a strategy, whatever the resources that are being available need to be secured, and or make organizing these resources and directing the use of these resources within and as well as outside the organization. So while you are implementing a new strategy, with the resources available to you, you need to make best of those resources while you are implementing the strategy. So that is the definition set by McCarthy in strategy implementation. I think you understood, ma'am. So if you move to the next slide, let us see how the strategy implementation is being made. So this is very important question, ma. In this unit, this is the damn sure question you get in your exam, external exam point of view. Define strategy implementation, explain the process of strategy implementation. And this you will be having the 6 steps. Okay, you can write it in a box format. Just to show you, I have type each and every step, but in your exam point of view, you can write in your each step by step procedure and then you can exhibit well. Okay, now let us see, to implement a strategy, there is a process. To implement a strategy, there is a process. So there is an essential relationship between implementation and chosen strategy. So in the previous session already we have discussed how we will choose, how you will formulate the strategy, right? That how you are going to choose the strategy. And there is an essential relationship between implementation and chosen strategy. Implementation and chosen strategy. Since the chosen strategy has to be materialized, thus it raises an alarm for its ability to change the previous resource obligations, to change the structure of the organization, to change the policies involved, and system of administration That is, already you have chosen one strategy, right? To materialize that strategy, there are many things that you have to do. That is, you need, when you are implementing or when you want to implement a new strategy, that whatever the chosen strategy that you have already framed need to be materialized, then there are many obligations. You need many obligations that you must have, you in the sense the organization must have an ability to change the previous resource obligations, that is, whatever the obligations that are there in the previous, those need to be changed, right? So already also you need to change the structure of the organization. So if whatever the strategy that you have chosen, based on that, if you want to implement that chosen strategy, the structure of the organization also need to be changed, and also the policies which are being involved and the system of administration. So everything needs to be changed if you want to implement a strategy. So if the changes in these areas or whatever we have discussed, right, in the structure of the organization, in the policies involved, or in the previous resource obligations. So in all these areas, if you feel that the changes are being required by the organization, in such cases, the strategy should be capable enough to plan out from bringing changes in them. So you have developed a strategy, Ma. You have framed a strategy that you need to change some structure in the organization, or you need to change some policies in the organization, right? So if you have chosen that strategy, then you need to plan out from bringing changes in them. So when you thought of a change, that change must be done, and that is possible only with the strategy implementation. That is possible only with strategy in implementation. So in order to make the strategy process, in order to make the strategy process effective, you must have the process of implementation. So to make that process efficient and effective, you need to follow a process of implementation. So these are some of the steps that are being involved in the procedure of strategy implementation. So while you are implementing a strategies, you need to follow one procedure. So that procedure consists of some steps. Okay, and it consists of 6 steps. The first one is building an organization which is able to execute the strategy, establishment of a strategy, supportive budget, strategy, supportive budget, installment of internal administrative support systems, installment of internal administrative support systems, rewards and incentives, giving shape to the corporate culture for fitting it in the strategy, exercising strategic leadership, exercising strategic leadership. Okay, so this is the process of strategy implementation, and these are the various steps which are being involved in the procedure of strategic implementation. Now let us see in detail about each step. The first one is building an organization which is able to execute the strategy, which is able to execute the strategy. So the structure of an organization, it must be like that. It can turn the strategy into practical implementation. So the structure of the organization should be such that it can turn the strategy into practical implementation. That is, the organization, well, they have chosen a strategy, or if you want to implement a change, the organization should be in such a way that the strategies which are being developed in the organization need to be have in practical implementation, but it is not that theoretical implementation. In some organizations, everything will be only in the form of paperwork. That is theoretically only it will be there. But when you come with implementation of practicality, the strategies what you think will not be implemented. Okay, so this is the major step. It is not that choosing the best strategy is important, but implementing according to the chosen strategy is also important. So when you have developed or when you have framed a strategy, a best strategy, that strategy, the organization must be in a position to turn into turn that strategy into practical implementation. turn that strategy into practical implementation. Moreover, the employees of the firm should be proficient enough. So while you are implementing, so decision making, everything or strategy development, these were developed by a strategist or a top level person, right? But when you come with the implementation, this was done with the help of only employees in the organization. Employees in the organization. So the employees of the organization, they should be very much proficient enough in skillful execution of the strategy. In skillful execution of the strategy. So when you have framed a strategy, when you have chosen a strategy, that strategy need to be implemented only with the employees. It is not implemented with the top level person, or it is not implemented with some strategist, right? So when you are implementing that, the employees need to be very proficient, and also they must execute in the strategy in a skillful manner. In a skillful manner. So for this, the responsibility for attaining the major implementation, or the job should be allotted to a suitable candidate or a teams only. So what we are discussing here, the employees in the organization need to be proficient, and they only need to execute in a skillful manner. So for this, what we can do, ma, you need to identify which employee can do the task. So you need to assign the responsibilities to the employees, that whoever can perform the task, whoever can perform the task, or in or at teams also. You need to develop in teams only when you are developing or when you are implementing a strategy, that a new change has to be come to the organization. So that can be done only with the help of team. So there will be some employees who are having less skills, and there will be some employees who are having multi-level skills. So when the implementation is done, you should think of who can, which employee can perform the task. So you need to assign the task to the employees, the suitable employees only. You need to allot the task. That is very important. You need to allot the suitable candidates, whoever can perform the job, those only you need to allot the task. So that is very important. The person who can perform, for him only you need to assign the task. Okay, and the person who is not able to perform, if you assign him a task, he can't implement it in a successful way. If the organizations are feeling that they need to implement a change, then you need to assign the responsibility, the implementation task, to the suitable candidate, only to the suitable candidate. Then only you can perform it, or else you can't perform it. So that is where that is done in the first step. Okay, and coming to the next one, establishment of a strategy supportive budget. That is, for the purpose of attaining a strategic targets, the firm should have the employee, equipment, amenities, and also the assets needed for the successful accomplishment of a strategic plan. So if you want to accomplish the chosen strategic plan, or if you want to reach some strategic targets, so the firm, what does the firm requires, ma? The firm must have employees, the firm must have some equipment, or some amenities of facilities. Okay, amenities, and also some assets needed for the successful accomplishment of needed for the successful accomplishment of a strategic plan. Moreover, the decision about the strategy has to be followed. Moreover, the decision about the strategy has to be followed by recognizing the chief jobs to be done. Recognizing the chief jobs to be done. Also, the types of decisions to be taken. Also, the types of decisions to be taken. And the development of formal plans. The development of formal plans. That is, the jobs to be done have to be organized in an order. Whatever the jobs that are to be done in implementation, these two ought to be organized in an order which consists of action plans, which consists of action plans which are lying within the objectives to be attained till a particular date. So it is that in the second stage, you need to identify what are the chief jobs that are to be done and what are the different types of decisions to be taken in the development of formal plans. The development of formal plans, that is, what type of employees are being required to perform this task, what are the amenities that are required, what are the equipments that we require. So all these are important, right? It is not that just having a dream and developing a strategy. Okay, you need to, when you want to implement it, you need to identify or you need to know what type of employees are being required. So for example, if your strategy is related to technical knowledge, you require the employees with the technical skills, and how many number of the employees are being required to perform this task, that you should know, right? And what are the equipments required? So if it is a technical thing, you require computers or systems. That technology required softwares need to be installed to all the employees, right? So what are the equipments and also the amenities that are being required, and the assets needed for the successful accomplishment of a strategic plan. I think you understood the second one. And coming to the third one, it is installment of internal administrative support systems. Installment of internal administrative support systems. So here the internal system in the sense it is defined in terms of policies and processes. It is defined in terms of policies and processes which are required to ascertain the desirable behavior, information system providing the strategically critical information on time, as well as the aspects which are required for giving the significant strategy execution ability of the firm, like what we call it as cost accounting, inventory, customer service, or materials management, and some other administrative systems. So whatever these. So these are being that when you are implementing, all these things need to be strategically completed on time. So that is very important. That so this information systems, critical information, strategically critical information, everything must be on time. So it is not that only one aspect. So the inventory or a customer service or cost accounting, materials management, as well as some other administrative systems also. So all these need to be in time. So these are the internal system, right? So these internal system should help in supporting the management process. This would help in supporting the management process, the manner in which the managers in a firm needs to coordinate along with monitoring of the strategic process. So what the managers need to do is, so it is not that when you are just framed a strategy, it is not fine that you need to put into action. So when you are putting it into action, you need to monitor the strategic process also. So the strategic manager in the organization, he needs to coordinate all the things, not only one task. So if you are a manager, it is not that my role is limited to only this particular job, okay, or related to only this particular work. You can't say like that. Okay, so you must be responsible and you need to coordinate along with monitoring strategy. One thing, and the next one is rewards and incentives. The next one is rewards and incentives. So this step mainly planning deals with the planning that helps in associating the rewards and incentives with strategy and objectives. Associating the rewards and incentives with strategy and objectives. That is, the personnel of various departments should be motivated to work towards accomplishing the strategy. Who is personnel? Personnel. So the personnel of the various departments, that is mainly the HR department, the HR managers, these needs to motivate all the employees from various departments to work towards accomplishing their strategy. To work towards accomplishing their strategy. So that is the major role for a HR manager. So what does this HR manager do is, he used to motivate not only his department people, not only his department employees, but also he used to gather information from various departments, and he used to and monitor the works from other departments, and he used to motivate all the employees from various departments to accomplish the task of the strategy which is to be implemented. Which is to be implemented. So మనం ఏదైతే ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలనుకున్నామో, so to implement that, he used to motivate all the workers, all the employees from various departments to accomplish the task towards accomplishing the strategy. So the organization should motivate its employees. The organization should motivate its employees with the help of rewards, incentives, control, standards, or constraints, etc. That is, in what way he used to motivate? We will be motivated if you will be provided incentives, you will be provided bonuses, or you will be provided some rewards. Okay, if you complete the task within the stipulated time, and these are the incentives that you will be provided. In that way, you used to motivate. And already everybody works for money itself, right? So when you will be motivated for some high cadre designations, they used to motivate them for high cadre designations, or for some incentives or other bonuses, or some control standards or some rewards. So by that they will do, if you are motivated in these terms, the employees will be motivated and they used to perform the task in a committed way, in a committed way. So that is the other one, that is incentives and rewards. And coming to the next step, giving shape to the corporate culture for fitting it in the strategy, giving shape to the corporate culture for fitting it in the strategy. That is, a corporate culture which supports the strategy is the major reason behind the diligence and intelligence of the organization in attaining the strategy, in developing the strategy. So a corporate culture is that it supports the strategy. So which supports the strategy is the major reason why the corporate culture supports the strategies are, the reason behind is to know or to attain the intelligence of the organization in the strategy. So while based upon the strategies that you perform, you will be identified what is the intelligence of the organization. So the way you perform tells about your attitude, right? In the same way the strategies are being implemented tells about the knowledge or the intelligence of the organization. Intelligence of the organization. So the strategist should make an effort mainly to focus on the prevalent aspects, to focus on the prevalent aspects that help in supporting the planned new strategies, that help in supporting the planned new strategies. So one thing you need to remember is it is desirable that the change to recognize and change the feature of the prevalent culture which opposes the planned strategy. So it is the desirable thing that you need to recognize and change the feature of the prevalent culture. Okay, so this which opposes the planned strategy, which opposes the planned strategy. That if you are not willing to change, then you can't develop a planned strategy that what you have selected. Okay, so you must be desirable in change, desirable in change. So it has been found through extensive researches that the new strategies are usually market oriented. The new strategies are usually market oriented and competitive forces. And competitive forces. So this is the main reason why uh, the altering the culture of the firm for making it suitable for a new strategy is generally more efficient than changing the strategy, than changing the strategy to suit it with the prevailing organizational culture. So what here is, you can alter the culture of the firm. You can alter, that is, you can change the culture of the firm to make the new strategy be implemented well. New strategy be implemented well. This is generally more efficient than changing the strategy that which suits with the prevailing organizational culture. So here we have to remember two things. So if you change or if you try to alter the organizational culture, okay, if you try to alter the organizational culture and making the new strategy suitable, this is very efficient than, so according to your culture, framing the strategies is very difficult. Okay, you can alter your organizational culture. By that, you can develop the new strategies. By that, you can develop the new strategy. So, what the thing is, for every time, whenever you frame some strategies according to your organizational culture, it may get downfall in some situations. So, you can't survive for long run in the market. But instead of changing continuously the strategies according to your culture, just you can alter your culture and you can train the new strategies. By that, it is suitable for your organization, but it is suitable for your organization to survive for long run, to survive for long run. So here what they are telling is, you can frame a strategies, but these strategies, according to the strategies, you also need to change your organization culture. That is the main thing that they are telling. Okay, instead of making that you are restricted to some culture, and whatever the strategies that you implement, those will every time those used to fail. Why? Because you are not trying to change your culture, but you want more strategies to be implemented. This cannot be done. So whatever even the small strategy or even the least strategy that if you want to try, and according to that, if your organization culture is being altered, then only the change will appear in the organization. So if you, unless you don't alter your organizational culture, whatever the best strategy that you have framed will also not be implemented properly. It will not be implemented properly. So that thing you have to remember. Okay, so there are number of changes available. There are number of techniques that are being available for changing the organizational culture. So if you want to change, or if you want to try to change the organizational culture, there are various techniques like training, recruitment, transfer, restructuring, or remodeling the organizational design. Remodeling the organizational design along with the positive motivation. Along with the positive motivation. So these you need to remember. And the last one in the process of strategy implementation is exercising the strategic leadership. Exercising the strategic leadership. So dedicating and accomplishing the strategy, these are the parts of strategic development. So you need to accomplish the strategy and you need to dedicate also. So these two are the parts of strategic leadership. So when you are when the constructive utilization of politics and power are being involved in it, where the politics help in establishing the consent for supporting the strategy. Consent for supporting the strategy. So you need to have a constructive utilization. Okay, that is the power politics are being involved in it. The strong leadership skills are being desirable in the managers in order to persuade the personnel to enthusiastically embrace the changes, enthusiastically embrace the changes coming into the organization. So it is what here they are telling is, the managers who are trying to make the employees motivate and work with them, these has to perform power as well as politics. So the strong leadership is very much desirable in the managers. Then only you can develop the change. That is, the manager, what he needs to perform is, he, whenever a task is being uh, nearby, that is when the task is getting reaching the deadline, then he has to pressurize the employees. And when he is having time, he needs to leave the employee. That is, he needs to have that the changes which are coming into the organization and the work he needs to work, he needs to make them work for attaining the organizational objectives. It is not that the manager is doing his task, that is whatever the task that he does, what he used to do ultimately to reach the organizational objectives, he uses some leadership skills to make the employees to work with them to attain the organizational objective. So it is a common concern that the change can bring about success. The change, if there is a change, if you bring out a change, that leads to success. If you bring out a change, that leads to success. So in case of the leaders who have highly optimistic attitude towards its success. So it is more a concern that the change can bring success in case of there will be some leadership styles, right? You know the leadership styles that already you have learned in your MBOB subject regarding leadership. What are the various styles of leadership? So that and all. So in that way, so if the leader is having highly optimistic attitude towards success, automatically this can be achieved. So these are some of the steps in the process of strategy implementation, and hope you understood this topic, and this is very important topic to you, Ma. Okay, with this we will conclude today's session. Thank you one and all.